Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, I'm just sitting out here drinking some coffee, filming video after video. I'm having such a great day today. I am. Last night I watched a bunch of reality TV. I think I've been watching too much Fear the Walking Dead lately because I'm like constantly like jumping, like I'm freaking out, right? And I watched this documentary about the Fox Hollow Farms, the Herb Baumeister serial killer, and I've been watching all this scary stuff lately. We watched a scary movie this weekend, The Nun, the original Nun, because we're going to go see The Nun too, but we didn't end up doing that. But we ended up watching some great movies, so it was fine. But yeah, I've been like watching all this serious stuff, and then last night I was watching this reality stuff for my new channel. So I have a new channel for those of you that don't know that's called Peter's Reality TV Recaps and Opinions, and I'm having so much fun over there. And I just, for all of you out there that have subscribed to that channel and are watching those videos, I really, really appreciate it. Today I might be filming 3 videos on that channel. I'm having like, it reminds me of like when I first started BookTube. And I would like film like 3 videos a day on BookTube. Like I was just like so passionate and so excited about it. And in all honesty, like I love filming videos on all of my channels. But like this has like re-inspired me to like film videos on all of my channels again. To have something new to talk about, something different. I'm just absolutely loving it over there. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about... I talked about this on my vlog last night. I talked about it in a couple other videos, but this is about my dental problems, right? So, my head's itching. I've been wearing this hat all day long, and it's just like, my head is totally itching. So anyway, okay, so let me tell you what happened. I mean, it's kind of like, in retrospect, it's kind of funny, but it's really not funny. So the other night, I was watching this Fox Hollow Farms. So WRTV, which is a news station in Indianapolis, they just did this hour-long documentary about Herb Baumeister and Fox Hollow Farms, and it was really about the victims. It was fantastically done. It was called The Lost and Forgotten or something like that. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, Herb Baumeister is he has since passed, a serial killer that lived on the north side of Indianapolis, and it's estimated that he killed upwards of more than 25 people. They think that he might have had the highest count of people that he killed of most serial killers, which is so interesting because he doesn't get like, people don't talk about him a lot, right? So this documentary that was actually done by this it wasn't really a documentary, it was like an hour-long news special. I went back and talked about the story, and it highlighted 2 of the victims' families and what they had gone through, and it was so interesting. If you guys want to watch it, just put in your YouTube, WRTV Fox Hollow Farms, and it'll come up. But it highlighted 2 of the victims' families, and one of the victims, his sister, actually worked for Herb Baumeister when he killed her brother, and then she didn't find it out, until years later. It's just like the whole thing is so sad, but it was really focused on the victims, and I love to watch true crime documentaries that focus a lot of attention on the victims and tell their stories, because I think it's really important. So anyway, I was watching that, and I was sitting out here, and I was like, I want some treats. Like, it's like, watching this documentary, and I'm like relaxed, and I want some treats. So I went inside, and I had reviewed like these chocolate-covered peanuts, and then I had reviewed these chocolate-covered blueberries, and I had reviewed this. I said caramel, like, what did I say? Candy corn, and it wasn't candy corn. I don't eat candy corn. It was like this chocolate-covered, apple-covered. It was like apple, something like caramel apple popcorn or something like that, right? Well, I reviewed it, and then, like, over the course of, like, 2 or 3 days, it had gotten, like, rock hard, right? Which, I didn't even think it was that fantastic to start with. That was my review. But then, when I went to go eat it, it was like hard as a rock. And then the peanuts were good. They were okay. The blueberries were okay. So I was eating those. I just wanted something. Those were the snacks that I had in the house, right? I've gone through like almost everything pumpkin spice in this house, and still I'm not like gaining any weight. It's like crazy. I actually, like, one night, what was this, just like 2 nights ago, like, I ate all this pizza, and then I made these cookies that I got and stuff like that, and I woke up the next day and I was like 3 pounds thinner. It's crazy. So anyway, but then what happens is I, like, lose 3 pounds, and then I gain 2 pounds, and so I'm just, like, still steady, right? I'm still at the same weight that I've been for a while. So anyway, so I was sitting out here, right here in this chair, watching my iPad, and watching this special on Fox Hollow Farms, Herb Baumeister, and I'm eating this popcorn, and like, I would take, like, 3 or 4 pieces at a time, and I put it in my mouth, and I was eating it, and by the 3rd time, I was like, this is so hard, like, this is not enjoyable, and it was, like, sticking to my teeth, right? Like, I literally had to, like, go in and, like, pull it out of my teeth. People are like, did you swallow it? Because I ended up losing a crown. And so people are like, well, did you swallow the crown? And I don't know, in all honesty. Like, I have no idea if I swallowed the crown or if I didn't. So we'll get to that story in just a second about swallowing the crown. So anyway, so I didn't really think anything about it, didn't feel anything weird or anything like that. I went inside and I was like, okay, I'm putting the stuff back. I'm not going to have it anymore. When I started putting it back, so I got a tooth extracted, I don't know, what was that, a year ago or last spring or something? It was last spring. And you guys, if you've watched my videos, you know that, like, I'm trying to fix my teeth, okay? I have periodontal disease. I'm trying to fix my teeth. It's been a long road, all right? And so I don't love going to the dentist. I don't love going to the periodontist. I don't love any of it. I mean, the people that I go to are fantastic. They are so nice, like, just unbelievably nice, right? But I don't, and they're so good at what they do, but I just don't like going to the dentist. It's like one of my least favorite things. It always has been, which is why I avoided the dentist for years and years and years. And in fact, when I was talking to the dentist yesterday, and it was a new dentist, I had never seen her before, I said, one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't keep up taking care of my teeth. Like, my mom and my dad are, like, so hardcore about taking care of their teeth. Alex, my husband, is, like, hardcore about his teeth. It's one of my biggest regrets, especially because as you get older and you know and you hear stories of people that have had health issues related to their teeth. You know, somebody that is, like, in my family, not, like, directly related to me, but they passed because of an infection in their tooth that, like, you know, went down into their system and things like that. So it's terrifying to me, right? Like, it's really scary to me. And so now I'm like, okay, I got to take care of my teeth. I've got to, you know, do better and all this kind of stuff, right? So I'm like, so I had this tooth extraction. Well, my tongue sometimes automatically goes in there. I've decided not to get an implant because my friend Melissa, she had one way back there and she was like, I never got an implant. Like, you don't need, nobody's going to see it. It's like a lot of money and whatever. And so I asked my periodontist and he was like, you don't have to get an implant. He was like, I mean, I would recommend it. He was like, but no, you don't have to get one. And I was like, okay, well, we'll wait on that because I went through this implant and it was horrific. I had so much pain and the reason that they said I had a lot of pain was because there was so much infection around that tooth. And so that was apparently why I had all this pain. And I now have to get, like, scaling done, like, quarterly. I have to get quarterly scaling done because I have periodontal disease and things like that. And so they're trying to fix it and get it back to where, like, things are good and there's no, like, more, like, the periodontal disease doesn't go any further, right? Okay. So I'm sitting in there and I all of a sudden go to the other side. I'm like, is there, like, a piece of popcorn stuck in my tooth? Except for that it felt like I could feel it with my tongue that my tooth went like this. And I was like, so I went in the bathroom and I couldn't really see, so I pulled out my phone and I, like, put it in my mouth and I was like, oh my god. There's, like, either part of my tooth, but it was, like, so square across that I was like, I think that's the tooth that I had the crown on. And it didn't hurt or anything. Like, later that night, my jaw got kind of sore. I think maybe it's because I talked so much that day or the next day, but my jaw was kind of sore, but it wasn't like it hurt from the tooth. Like, nothing from the tooth, like, hurt, right? And it still doesn't. But I was like, did I swallow that? Or, because I spit, like, at one point, I spit this popcorn out. Like, I took it out, and so I don't know if it, like, pulled it out with it. It was on the popcorn. I put the popcorn in the bag, and I ended up throwing all that stuff away. So I don't know if, like, I threw it away, and my crown was in there. I didn't go back and look. I probably should have, but I didn't go back and look. Because by then, it was like I'd taken that trash out, put it in the garage, and the trash, you know, all kind of stuff, so I would have had to, like, pull it out. I wasn't going to go into all those lengths, right? So, I was so stressed out about it, and honest to God, my first immediate thought was, when I saw that, I was like, I'm literally losing all my teeth. Like, I'm gonna have, like, 2 teeth left by, you know, the end of next year or the end of this year. Like, I mean, my teeth are falling out. Like, what is going on, right? Which is interesting because when I talked to the dentist about it, she said so many people pull crowns out by, like, caramel apples or, you know, caramel corn and, like, things like taffy really pulls your crowns out. I've had this crown in my mouth, probably, I was trying to figure it out last night. I think it was, I got it when I was about 3 or 4 years sober, so maybe 5 or 6 years sober, but I think it was about 4 years sober. So I've been sober 28 years and 9 months, so I've had this crown for about 24 years. So anyway, I was so lucky to get into the dentist yesterday. I didn't think I'd be able to get into the dentist, so got into the dentist, like, right away. Saw her yesterday at 11 o'clock. So I see a periodontist. That's who I see for my scaling and my check-ins and stuff like that. But I needed to see a dentist, so they refer me to this dentist. And there's my neighbor coming home. So Wonderful day in the neighborhood. So I went to this dentist I'd never gone to her before. The office was absolutely adorable. It's kind of like out in like this country area, like not really, but kind of. And like the window of the examination room like looked out, and there's like all these little birds out there. It was so cute. The waiting area was adorable. It was just kind of like, it was, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of the dentist that I went to when I was growing up, which I didn't love, but like the office space was cute in both of those, like just kind of like a small house, you know? And so anyway, she was fantastic. Oh my God, the technician was unbelievably so nice to me, and they were asking me about like what I do, and I was telling them about making videos and stuff. We got talking about reality TV and stuff like that. But anyway, they did this thing where they do this whole scan. Have you guys seen this? Like, I'd never seen this before, right? Like I'd had like imaging taken of my teeth and things like that, obviously, but it's like this wand stick they put in your mouth. It's like a wand. It's like this white wand, and they stick it in your mouth, and they go all over your teeth, and then it's taking like video or photographic footage of your mouth, and so it's like an exact like photograph, like animated photograph of your mouth, and that's how they like can see what's going on, and they can see like they can get an exact crown if you need to get a crown and things like that. I was blown away. I mean, I was sitting there watching it. I mean, it's kind of freaky to like look at it because it's like your mouth, right? But it even gets like the color of your teeth and everything. I was like, oh, I don't want to see that. Like, that's not pretty. Like, I don't need to see that. I'm getting me a full set of veneers when we get all done with all this. I'm gonna be like one of them teeth, or one of those dogs, you know, that has like all the whole teeth set that they show in like greeting cards and stuff like that. But anyway, so she was like, yeah, she was like, your crown fell off. She's like, it's not really that bad. And I said, you don't think so? And she goes, no. She's like, not at all. She's like, we'll just get a new crown and whatever, and it'll come in a couple days. And she said to the technician, she said she's gonna scan it, and then we'll like send that in, and we'll get a new crown for you, and you can come in like Thursday or Friday, and we can put it back in on you for you. And I said, okay. So, but then they were trying to put a temporary on it, and that's where you put like they put the mold in your mouth, which has like that, you know, that stuff that's gross, where they used to take molds back in the day, but it's like, okay, it's like this like plastic waxy stuff. Well, for some reason, because it's low down here, my tooth would not take the temporary. They couldn't, like, it would not take, and like they came in like 3 or 4 times and did it. Like they had like a couple people try it, and like it would not take. And she kept on talking about, oh, retention. I said retraction yesterday in my video. Retention is what she said, because she's worried that maybe the crown won't take if the temporary won't take, and then she's going to have to build it up. She explained this whole thing to me. She was so nice, you guys. This dentist and the technician were, the people that worked at the front desk, they were so friendly. They were asking me, they had just redone the waiting area. They're like, what do you think? And I was like, it's really cute. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Everybody was so nice and so friendly. You know, and I love that, because the dentist isn't someplace that I love to go anyway, you know? And so it really, like, eased my mind, and I was very peaceful and serene going in there, right? I mean, I was, like, worried that I was going in for major dental work yesterday. So anyway, I said to her, I said something about, like, I can't remember what I said, but I said something like, I feel like I'm losing all my teeth. She goes, no, you just lost a crown from eating something. And I said, I know, but, like, is this going to start happening to all my teeth? And something like that. And she goes, no. She's like, people lose crowns. And she was so nice about it. She was so sweet. She's like, people lose crowns all the time from, like, things they're eating. She's like, so we're going to put this new crown on you. She goes, now, my fear is that maybe the retention, well, it won't take, and so we're gonna have to come back in and rebuild it up. And I was like, okay. She's like, but that's not a problem, that's easy to figure out. So anyway, they couldn't get the temporary on, so she sent me home without a temporary, and I was like, should I be worried? She's like, it's not exposed. She's like, where the crown came off, there's still like stuff left, and she's like, so it's not exposed. And they went in and they did like an x-ray, and they found that, because she was like, did you have a root canal? I did have a root canal. I think I maybe had one and a couple more, I don't remember honestly. But I do remember that on a crown I had a root canal, because everybody told me that a root canal was so painful. They shot me up years ago. Like, I don't do any of the gas and all that kind of stuff, because I just, like, as a person in recovery, like, I just don't do that. I know there are people in recovery that do, but that's just my choice. So I just have them, like, numb up that area. And I remember that they numbed it up, and the shot was, like, so painful. But, like, after that, everything was fine. And they actually had, like, a computer screen where they went in and they, like, showed, like, drilling out the tooth, and they pulled out, like, the nerve. And I feel like they put something like a rubber in it or something like that. But anyway, so, yeah, she was super, super sweet, and they found that I had a root canal in that tooth, and that was the tooth that I had to have a crown on. So, Hopefully I'm not losing all my teeth. I have a periodontal appointment, and I asked her, I said, so I have a periodontal appointment for scaling in October. The end of October, I said, can I still do that with a crown? She's like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, you need to keep up with that. And I'm trying so hard to keep up with it and, you know, take good care of my teeth and things like that. So she was so supportive and so nice. It just made a complete difference, you know? Like, it's so interesting, like, having to have dealt with all these people in the medical field for the last couple of years, you know, and it's like, it really makes a difference, like, who you encounter. And I also think it makes a difference in how you treat the people. Like, I have, like, witnessed people be so rude to receptionists and doctors and nurses. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't believe that people are speaking to them this way. It's, like, so nasty and so rude, you know? So, anyway, that was my experience. Hopefully I'm not losing all my teeth. Getting my crown in at the end of this week. Can't believe this is happening to me. All over some damn popcorn. I'm not eating no more popcorn. Till I go to the movie theater to see The Nun too, and then I'm gonna get me some butter popcorn, but that's soft, so I think that that's probably safe. But now I gotta chew everything on this side of the mouth, and it's gotta be soft stuff. Roll over it. Anyway, there's my story, Morning Glory. Hopefully, pray for me that I don't lose all my teeth and I'm gumming it through life, okay? Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.